Well, this has been a really interesting show. I'm joined again in the studio by Tony Simone. We've had some amazing authors as guests this evening, and also Dr. Jeffrey Brown. There's nothing better than reading and drinking wine, are two of my favorite pastimes, and unfortunately then one does have to exercise. Tony, what's your exercise regimen for the summer, getting ready for the beach?
I usually like to run down in the Hudson River Park from around where I live in the 30s, 40s, down all the way to Tribeca and back. You get a beautiful view of the city and the waterfront. Hudson River Park is amazing. And I have a gym in my basement. I'm lucky. I live in one of those luxury rentals that we can barely afford, where I use the gym in the basement every morning. And I ride city bike. So those are my few exercises.
And do you have a reading list for the summer?
You know, I read a lot of nonfiction.
But now, after listening to all these authors today, did anybody pique your interest?
They did. But I read a previous guest, Brad Meltzer. I'm in the middle of his book.
Okay, you're reading Brad's book. We should mention Brad. That is a great book. Yeah, I love that book.
I'll have to see which authors from today I want to read, but they definitely piqued my interest, especially, I believe, I'm going to blank now.
Steve Berry?
Steve Berry on the conspiracy theorist and the president, 'cause I'm a political junkie. I love politics, and I love espionage and fighting terrorism, which
he's talking about something unthinkable happening in a presidential election, and it's already happening right now. So not that we're a political show, but we can allude to these things.
So I have a long reading list.
I see our engineer, Robert Barrett, is chuckling. He's now laughing uproariously, tears pouring down his face at that witticism I just made. All right, next week's show, we've got some interesting guests coming up. We've got a well-known architect. We have Michael Fox. I think I had actually said he was going to be on the show this last show, and he wasn't, so I introed him anyway, but we promise he's going to be on, and he's got a really great website and a new app. And anybody else I should be aware of, Tony, for next week?
I think that's it.
Okay, well, we promise you great guests, so please tune in. Stribling's New York, as I have to stretch this a little bit more. What are you doing on the 4th of July, Tony? Tony's going to a hotel.
All right, now you're putting me on the spot.
Oh, you're contemplating going to a hotel in
No,
Williamsburg.
I may hit Fire Island.
Okay.
I may hit Fire Island. And, some local stuff.
For writing things, I'm going to dinner with Lee Child and author Andy Martin on Monday night, the 4th of July, tomorrow, at Pappardella Restaurant.
That's cool.
On Columbus Avenue. And I'm looking forward to that. So, everybody, join us next week on Stribling's New York. And don't forget to listen to the podcast. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rob Taub, along with Tony Simone.